Okay, just still cleaning this thing. Got interrupted by some customers. I try to come in the morning and get these done, but I only like to come in really early sometimes. So this material is just on there really hardcore. Really irritating here. Can actually scrub a lot harder now that we have this flatter. As you can see, this just takes a long time. Hopefully that's loosened up some glue so we can scrub some more here. Golly. Just on there really thick. You guys are always asking questions, and I'll try to get to them all the time, but I get really busy, so it's hard to get to all your questions. We got one here with a Galaxy 6 question. It says, oh, what happened to it? That's weird. Uh-oh, hopefully my battery's not dying. Jeez, this is something else. Oh, I'm so excited for the Galaxy 7 Edge. Woo! It's going to be just as fun. Okay. Let's get a little bit more on the rag here. And let's wipe it clean. careful not to let that go too far over the edge. Ah, it's so hot. Wow. This glue is unreal. Whew, smelly too. I'm using a lot of pressure right now. Rotating my fingers because it's constantly burning my tips. Just on the tip, as Ray William Johnson would say, just the tip. Hopefully some of you got that. If not, watch his old videos. Wish he'd come back on YouTube. Oh, for his famous videos equals 3. Come on, baby. Yeah, we're almost there. Almost there on the home stretch, guys. God, I hope this works. After all this effort and time. Finally, clean display. Oh! Like 20 minutes of cleaning. Just unreal, guys. Okay, what are we at on timer? This thing keeps on rotating backwards here. Okay, 8 minutes in. Good time to test, right? Right. Okay. Get rid of that. Okay, fingers crossed, guys. This paper thin display. So hot. Why do we keep on unplugging the power button? Makes no sense. Go away, glue. Go away, piece of glue. Got any glue here? Nope. Make sure there's no glue in your connectors. It'll make your life miserable. Oh my gosh. I think we got it this time around, guys. That's what I thought. Just needed lighter scrubbing and a flatter surface. Looks perfect. All right. Now, for this guy's passcode, I don't know where his paperwork is. That's fine. We don't need to test the whole thing. Okay. Good enough. We got it working, guys. I knew that would fix it. Well, I didn't know, but I was a little scared. It's okay. This business can be a scary business. Okay. Set that aside. Now we're going to bond. So I like to get a little piece of wood and then a rag that I like using for glue. Just always make a new spot for the whatever new display you're working on. And then let the cables hang over the edge like so. Okay, so it's a little fluffy, but what happens is the rag will actually absorb your glue, your excess glue. Okay, so get a new microfiber rag. I forgot to tell you guys, you can get this at Sam's Club or Costco or online. I don't know where you can get them online. I think Foam Fix Pro or something like that. They sell really good finishing rags. They're actually a little bit better price, but I don't know. I like mine. So a few imperfections here, a few scratches just from cleaning. That'll all be covered up. There's an actual ding in the LCD from the initial crack. That's crazy. I'm surprised I didn't break the LCD. So that's how easy these things are to break, guys. A little ding in the LCD. Just didn't spread. Which it could possibly spread in the future. Not sure if I have enough glue here. I might have to get some more. Just push out a little bit initially, so that way I don't have a bubble on the screen. Now, I always buy OEM original glass. So this stuff is really expensive. It's like almost $20 a piece of glass. But you can almost hear the difference from like a junky fake one to... So that's the real one, and that's the OEM one. Oh, I have some fake glass. So here's some fake S3. It's not as pliable, and this is just much stronger. It's hard to explain. You get a feel for it after the years. You can always tell which ones are fake too, because the color's off and just doesn't feel right. So always go for OEM glass, and if you can't find it, you know, you can always go and click on the links below and buy the glass from E-Trade Supply. E-Trade Supply always gives the greatest quality. It might not be the best price, but the quality is really there. I actually purchase from them all the time. Okay, so we got a few bubbles. That's fine. You just press really hard. Press, 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 press. Okay, now you're like, well, how do you prevent bubbles from coming back in? Well, that's because we're doing it on a rag. If you were doing it in a mold, guess what? You'd have bubbles that come back in. So it's not a problem. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is line up the glass. If you have a bright flashlight shining into your display, as I do right now because of the video, you'll be able to see the edges. And so you want to be able to line the black edges perfectly up all around. And if you don't do it perfectly, guess what? You're separating this and redoing it. Fortunately for you, this glue is much softer. You guys are always asking about glue, so I'll tell you which glue that I use. Just after I get alignment perfect here. I think I got it right there. I mean, it's so razor thin there that I barely have enough cord room. Okay, so we're gonna put it on for about 45 seconds. In the meantime, while it's sitting there for 45 seconds here, I'll explain the glue. Okay, so it's LOCA, liquid optical clear adhesive, and the type is TP-2500F. Now, if you get the other model of this, it's much harder glue, and it's like cleaning that off, and it's very hard to separate too. So I don't recommend getting the harder glue just because it's very hard to separate. But for warranty wise, it never comes back on warranty. Sometimes if you press too hard when you're doing this method, there's bubbles that can come about on the display itself, and you just have to redo it. But I only get that maybe 1 in 40 repairs. So, and I think the reason why it does it the most is because sometimes I let these go bad, or I do it too long, because you want to keep this at room temperature. If you don't, then you could definitely have some problems. So what we're going to do next here is, after the 45 seconds, is we're going to take a clean rag and clean it off. And I'm going to go to the next part here.